I'm speaking today to Bosun Tijani of CC Hub. Bosun, tell me what is CC Hub?
So CC Hub is a social innovation center and also a technology hub simply.
So how does that differ from just being an innovation center?
Pretty much you can still say it's the same thing as an innovation center, but the strong focus we have is how do we use technology to solve social problems. So it's not just a space where you find so many technologies trying to create one or two things. It's actually a place where technologies interact with subject matter experts. With the sole purpose of looking at how can the technology they are building or the solutions they're working on be used to address one or two things in the society.
Give me some examples of stuff that's been done. Perhaps the budget transparency one.
Yeah, budget transparency is a good one. So we have a team of people here led by...
That's just the lights going off.
Yeah, which we should be back in a bit. We have a team of people here led by a fellow who is a banker, interestingly, who thought technology could help in educating Nigerians on the state's budgets. So how much money do we give to the government to provide public goods and services. But on top of that, so that people can then be conscious of how to demand for their rights. And above all, not just demand for their rights, also know what is available to the government, because just in some cases you'll find that the government just doesn't have the budget to do certain projects that we're asking them to do. So it's a combination of a banker interested in budget transparency, working with technologies to build infographics platform, and also use platforms like Twitter and Facebook and other social media platforms to educate Nigerians, and it's been pretty successful.
And he did a very interesting graphic on oil subsidy, didn't he, explaining?
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. And this has actually been now been printed by some of the media houses, the print media houses in Nigeria. A couple of foreign organizations also picked this up. In 6 months, the group is so successful that they are now part of the Open Spending Group, which is a UK-based organization, and they're the first in Africa to be part of the group. They also featured in the handbook of budget transparency. I'm not sure of the real name, which is a global handbook, and one of the few organizations in Africa to feature in the handbook.
And describe the space to me here and who uses it.
So this is more or less what we like to call an open living lab. So the core to the space are developers, software developers, our technologists, because without them really we can't make sense out of technology. But at the same time, it's a space where social entrepreneurs, guys who are interested in changing the country, also feel comfortable to come to work, share ideas with people. And also it's a space for subject matter experts from different walks of life. So yesterday we had a couple of people from the lottery industry came into the hub looking for guys who could help them build software to manage their solution. We've had educationists come into the hub to look for help. We've had people from the health sector. We've done things with the World Bank. We've done a couple of things with the British Council around culture on how technology can be used to manage festivals, for instance. So it's really a place where people don't necessarily find as a tech heaven. They don't find it as a technology hub. They find it as a space where people collaborate to solve problems by using technology.
And how many members are there?
So in total we have 455 members, I believe, the last time I checked. And between 60 and 75 of those work out of the hub on a day-to-day basis. So some of them are pretty much online members, some just join us for events and trainings and things like that.
And you've got support from the Tony Elemu Foundation.
Yeah, our regional supporters are actually the Omedia Network, the Indigo Trust, which is part of the Sainsbury's Family Trust, the Schmidt Family Foundation as well, Google, Nokia, more recently Mocality, and REAM as well. But the interesting thing for us is that the second local organization supporting CC Hub, so beyond Main One Cable Company, has given us internet for free, 10 Mbps. Recently we signed a partnership with the Tony Elemu Foundation to invest in technology startups in Nigeria.
And how many startups will that be able to fund along with the other funding that you've got?
So that will be 20. I think we've been doing close to between 10 and 15 before through some of our hackathons and direct investments in startups. And by investment, really, we're pretty strong on seed funding. And the arrangement with the Tony Elubeni Foundation will also focus on seed funding for up to 20 social technology startups. And the interesting thing about this arrangement is actually that in the agreement there's a clause on, so it's not an investment per se, it's a grant, the seed funding. And the clause we have there is what we call the first right of refusal, which actually guarantees or ensures that if these guys show traction, they can still go back to the Elubeni Foundation for proper funding, which to so many of the startups there is comforting to know that there's someone waiting to.
It's a very attractive offer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you're planning to open downstairs in MLab?
Well, that should be for now. But yeah, we're working with Nokia, and they pretty much have the budget in place. So we're hoping to get an arrangement with the owner of the building to secure the 5th floor for something close to an MLab. But really the focus is, now that we've been able to build an interesting portfolio or channel of startups, some of these guys are growing into organizations with teams, and they need their own dedicated space. So that's what we intend to do with the 5th floor.
Bosun, thanks for talking to me today.
Thanks for your time, Marcel.